So like he broke him, and I was just trying to think of the message I wanted to convey. And guys, how many of you were taught, not taught, but out of love, to limit yourselves? Okay, and by this I mean, oh, you gotta have a job to do this. You can just put a backpack on, and I'm saying don't stay there though. You don't never want to stay there. Not on them streets, man, because that's especially in some places. I mean, it's one thing to just be like Bear Grylls and just go out and try to survive in the woods, okay? And even he comes home. He's got that shirt planned and he's coming back, you know. But the same with me, you know. I was taught that way a lot, to think that way. And I wanted to say, learning to love yourself, and I don't mean in a sick way. Learning to actually put yourself first in situations where people say, oh, I need you, but you're like not really in the greatest position yourself. But most of them you've already gave till you bled. If you, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, but you can't help nobody if you can't help yourself, and that means loving yourself. It's not a sick way, and even saying to yourself, you know what? Look at everybody else. I'm done with this shit, boys. And I'll tell you what, you may have to turn your back 1,000 times and more, and it could be endless. But the more you find yourself in this situation, the less you really want to be in that. Especially when you know it's killing you. But what I'm saying is, love yourself. And then believe in yourself. Okay? When people tell you, oh man, you can't get that job, oh man, you tuck your shit up here, you know, and they mean all the best. It's nothing, I'm not saying that they're being assholes. They're actually trying to help you. But how many times have I took a risk and said, you know what, I'm going to apply for that job. And, you know, pray to the All-Father too. You know, the sooner you realize that, I don't know, you need to find that one out for yourself. But find your connection with whatever greater source you have, and you know what, you're allowed to believe whatever you want. If you don't believe there's nothing, good for you, bro, because I guarantee there's not nothing for you. I don't mean that in a bad way, but if you ask for nothing, you get nothing. All right, I'm getting off course here. What I'm saying is, dare to dream. Figure out as young as possible. Learn as least of the hard lessons as possible if you live through it. Because if you live hard, every day's a test. And I promise you, hard lessons do stick with you though. Once you learn those, it don't take many times. But you know, even then, what I want to say to you is love yourself, number one, okay? Believe in yourself when people tell you, dare to dream, you know? Because if you don't reach for the stars, you'll never get it. And you may apply for that whatever dream thing a million times, but you've got to put in the time. And then never give up. Because you're going to get knocked down a million times at night, you know? But I'm saying, you know, dare to dream. And then pray to something greater than yourself. If you don't believe, if you believe, you just got here by accident, and that you're more intelligent than I mean, there's just, I can't even go into all the factors. I think you really need to take some time, walk up on a mountain by yourself. Maybe try to do some survival training and stuff. I promise you, there's going to be a point in your life where he's going to show up. And I was mad at the Allfather for most of my life. Almost all, I mean, I was so just perturbed, ticked. And when I had that spiritual experience in 2018, I can't explain it, and it wasn't a voice in my head. But it was an overwhelming feeling of love. Like love I never felt. Because I was at the lowest point in my life, and I was praying for one of the only times I pray, because I don't try to do that on a regular basis unless I believe in what I'm doing. And I was that desperate. I was laying there, I was like, I don't have nothing left, there's nothing else to live for. I was just, please, please, please don't let me. But you know, I love people, and I hate seeing people suffer. And I had to learn that when all that kind of energy's in the house, there was just a lot more to it. But I'm telling you, this was a very important time in my life. And I got it. It was like this, I can't explain. And it basically said to me, keep doing what you're doing. Keep believing what you believe. And just because you believe it's not like everybody else doesn't mean you're not right. And you don't have to label yourself as this, that, or that. If you're great in your heart and you have a choice, you can choose darkness, and you're laying there wanting to die. So, at that point, defeated and have almost died from natural causes. Not heart attacks, but we'll go into that later. But anyway, I've definitely seen that I wouldn't be here. And even when I forgot him, and I call it Allfather, because the source, we'll call it source, because I want to reach out to everyone. And if you have a great heart, and you're a being of light, this is the choice. You choose darkness. You choose light. And what I mean by that, your body is tied and made just about of everything of this earth and this planet. But your soul and your choices. And most of that is actually choosing not what happens to you, or how you gonna deal with it, because it never works out. You're not in control. That's the point. But give yourself, dare to believe, and then you have to put in the work of not just completely destroying yourself. And I've spent a lot of time trying to do that, and I don't know why. Most of it because I gave people my heart, and I let them hurt me. But I thought that was what I should do. And I'm not saying don't be a good person. Don't stop loving people, because that's one of my strengths. No matter what happened, my strength is now, though, putting in a time for myself. And every single person, if you put in time for yourself, you're going to have great people around you. You're going to have the people you want around you. And even if you're not, if you don't have people around you, which I promise you will, if you truly become a being of light, you'll attract, and you got to defend yourself at the same time. Protect yourself. Since you've been through all these things, don't. The faster you learn those lessons, the less shit you're going to have to go through, and then you're going to find out that not everybody really has your best interests at heart. But you should have your best interests at heart. And I'm not saying they're being evil. Doesn't mean that. Out of love, a lot of times this happens. And I'm saying they have your best interest in their mind at heart. So keep that in mind too. Try to look at both sides as well. Anyway, I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to my dream job tomorrow. And dare to dream, guys. You can hate me if you want to, but speak good things. Believe in something bigger than yourself. Love yourself. Put yourself first, always. No matter how, and it hurts. It's going to hurt. Because you were taught to never put yourself first. At least I was. I don't know where everybody else is at. But I beat myself up. I hurt myself. But I'm still here. All those things, hard lessons I was allowed to live through, even when I gave up on the Father. He never gave up on me. Or the Source never gave up on me. And if you're a true human being out here, you've got a choice to make. Yeah, it's getting bad out here. Yeah, it's getting scary. Yeah, everything we was told. Why aren't we talking about it? Well, you know, we don't need to talk about it because we already know. But this is just because it thinks it just means it's actually the end, and it's never the end. Because once my soul of light leaves this body, I'll be able to be with I'll be able to be with every single source of light, wherever I want to go. I'm not going to be tied here. Don't tie yourself here. You got to ask yourself, this is what I'm going to leave you with. Why? Satan or the devil or the angel of light went against God and thought he was better than God. Why didn't the All-Father God or the Source go, bloop, mistake? And then you realize, ooh, you don't make mistakes. And we don't know the whole story. And he didn't do that. He didn't blink him out of existence. He sent him here to earth. It plainly says that. So he's been here all along. You better believe. And I don't mean that because I call it Loki, but anyway, darkness, anything of darkness, yeah, I promise you. Never mind. I went to a direction I shouldn't. I'm about to leave this part. So, anyway, what I was trying to say is, he cast him here. He's been here the whole time. He was even the one that tempted who? And, like I say, a lot of hidden messages. We're not going into all that shit, because there's a lot of stuff that we weren't told, and it's complete BS. So, anyway, I'm going to let those two dots go. Hey, stay strong. Believe in yourself. Go for it. What you got. Also warn you. I know those dark places. Anyway, I said too much. I may break this up into 2 messages. Bye, keep